what's up guys, Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we have a full gaming setup from Best Buy, and it's actually featuring the computer that we did a video on. We purchased it from Best Buy, we upgraded it, and when we actually bought that stuff, we also bought this full setup, and here we are.
So yeah, we know you guys like to buy stuff locally, so you don't have to wait for those shipping delays to get stuff from Amazon or Newegg. If you want to go to your local Best Buy and pick up some of this stuff, you can. But before we dive into this, let's hear a word from today's sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by Team Group, our favorite company for affordable storage and RAM to build awesome gaming PCs. From their Vulcan Z SSD line featuring solid read and write speeds and capacities of up to 2 terabytes, and our favorite RGB RAM, the T-Force Delta RGB DDR4 and even DDR5, with its beautiful RGB design and speeds to fit any type of PC build, Team Group has you covered for your next gaming PC build. To learn more about Team Group and all they have to offer, check the link down below, and special thanks again to Team Group for sponsoring today's video.
So in case you guys don't know what a full gaming setup is to us, it is typically a mouse pad, a keyboard, a mouse, a headset, a monitor, and of course the actual computer. So everything here is included besides the desk and the chair, because we think those are very subjective items. Realistically, if you really want to game, you could even sit on the floor and game. I mean, we've been there, done that.
Or you can build a cardboard setup.
You could do that too, so you could do it for free.
You could do that, but yeah, this PC right here, we did talk about it in a whole other video. Hit the eye in the top right corner to learn more about it, but we're gonna go ahead and do is talk a little bit about it, not too much detail because we want you to watch the other video, and then go over all the stuff that makes up this full gaming setup.
So this is actually an HP, we believe it's a Pavilion, but they've kind of switched it up a little bit because this is a little bit newer, so we don't have the acid green front, but it's not a front that I've seen before. But other than that, same form factor as always. It's kind of like a small form factor, but it fits a full-size card. We actually have a 2-fan EVGA GTX 1650 4 gig. We actually had to use external power, so what we did was we adapted it from SATA to that. We have all of the info on that in the video on how to install it. We also installed a 512 gig SSD to complement the 256 gig NVMe SSD that was already in there. Now it only came with one 8 gig stick of RAM, which Matt may be able to see.
Yep. But
we added another one. We were able to find a Samsung 3200 8 gigabyte stick. So now we have dual channel. It performs a heck of a lot better. Underneath this Cooler Master CPU cooler, we have a Ryzen 4300G, which is a 4-core 8-thread. It's basically a 3400G. I don't even know if it's worse or better. It's 4000 series, really weird time for AMD Ryzen, 180 watt power supply. So we got just enough to push all this stuff. And we think you guys would be pretty surprised at just how well it works on this 144 hertz monitor that Matt will talk about.
I think it's 165.
Is it really?
Yes.
I got a good bang for buck here, boys.
now for the monitor that Jackson mentioned, which is 165 hertz. This is an MSI Optics G27C5, which is a 27-inch 165 hertz gaming monitor. And how much did we pay for this thing?
$179.
$179. High refresh rate monitors are getting really cheap, especially you can now get 27-inch monitors, which we think is the sweet spot for a really good gaming display. And yeah, we have a 1650. This is kind of a budget system. So in esports titles, you will definitely push the 165 hertz. But what we like to do with our setups, if you can, is get something that you can grow into, upgrade the computer down the line, and have a monitor that'll last through multiple PCs. And this one right here will do a good job at doing that. Oh, and yes, it's curved. So what we have right here for the keyboard and mouse are some HyperX products. This right here is the HyperX Alloy. Now, one thing we do have to mention is, first, we did bundle the mouse and the keyboard together to save a little bit of money through Best Buy, so you can do that. But the one thing is, if you wanted a mechanical keyboard, you're gonna have to either wait a long time or, well, mainly we just wait a long time. They do have options, but this one right here is membrane. But that's not too awful. Some of these gaming keyboards that are membrane aren't too bad, and if you're coming from just an office keyboard and you want some RGB lighting, it's a pretty good deal. In terms of the mouse, I don't even know what the name of this mouse is. This is the HyperX, doesn't say what the name of the mouse is.
It's the HyperX warranty void if removed.
I'm gonna read this right here. The name of this mouse is the
Pulsefire Core.
Oh, you found it, he found it. So this is the HyperX Pulsefire Core gaming mouse. Just looks like your standard FPS gaming mouse, 2 buttons on the side, DPI control right here, and nice RGB. Kind of feels like a Razer mouse, like the, what's the standard? Death Adder. It kind of has a Death Adder vibe to it, just a standard mouse. Nothing too crazy, but hey, it's a gaming mouse, looks good. Now what we have right here is a Corsair extended desk mat. Love Corsair, and this is kind of a, what would you call this? Like a brushed metal kind of look?
Yeah, it looks like aluminum, definitely premium.
Yeah, so it's a nice little desk mat, and we paid like 14 bucks for it. So that's a bargain for a Corsair desk mat that'll last a lot longer than the cheaper ones out there. Now, in terms of the headset, we have the SteelSeries Arctis 1, which is a budget-friendly headset. We've used the Arctis 3 many times in our setups that we've done here on the channel, so cool to see the Arctis 1 is out there, and seems pretty nice. The little ear cups feel good, and has a microphone, so that's really all you can ask for a headset. Now, what we're gonna go ahead and do is, yes, we did test games on this PC, but we got a couple of new ones that we're gonna be playing on this setup just to see how well it performs. But you know what? we're just gonna wait for stuff to download because we gotta do that.
All right, guys, we are starting off the benchmark with a very demanding game. This is Battlefield 5. And as you can see, we got the field of view pretty high up, and basically like everything else is turned all the way down. We got DX12 enabled to try to see if that helps, but low settings, 74% render resolution. So we are at 1080p, 144 hertz, but the render resolution basically upscales. So right now we might be really playing at like, I don't know, 720p, and that's why it looks like this if you're wondering why the quality's pretty bad. I don't know, I would definitely consider this to not be a super fun experience. I mean, you could lower the settings some more, but I can already even barely make out like model details and stuff. You know, maybe once we benchmark, or maybe once I die, maybe I'll try to go like 720p, see if maybe that looks a little bit better than this. Because yeah, I mean, on this 27-inch monitor, you're already doing 1080p, which is already, in my opinion, a pretty stretched resolution for 27-inch. You're really gonna start to see a little bit of the pixelation, but at the moment I can't tell a tree from a character. Oh my God, lag city. I feel like we're really running these grounds. Got a hit, and someone else got him again. So yeah, I mean, it's so funny because we're getting like over 100 FPS most of the time. We're just definitely seeing pretty bad lag spikes, what I call them, or stutters. And those are honestly the worst. Like, there's nothing worse than feeling like, I mean, the game's running like FPS wise great. I think we're just seeing possibly the CPU is our bottleneck. That's my guess, at least. I mean, I really don't know what else it could be at this point. I think honestly the CPU is just severely underpowered. Is this guy gonna get me? I hit him once. Last life out, once again, we're still at 1080p, low settings. We still have our render resolution turned up at the moment. Is this guy just like, is that a turret? This last life might not last very long. Okay. Yeah, overall, I'm impressed we just played Battlefield 5, where we're getting close to our 144 hertz. Definitely go 1080p. 720p was just weird. Like 720p looked god awful and it did not perform well. 1080p, minimal stutters, 110, 90 FPS most of the time, so no problems there. Let's go to the next game. All right, guys, we are testing out some Counter-Strike Go, and yeah, this is technically an older esports game. It's not like super hard to run, but I don't know, it's like they've made a lot of updates over the years, and it has made the game a little bit different than it was back in the day to run, I would say. So right now we're on auto, which is all high. We're basically 1080p, and our FPS are up here. We're getting between 100 and like 400 FPS, depending on where we're at and everything. And I did have to use just the in-game counter because our MSI Afterburner doesn't want to hook to this game. Sometimes that happens with Counter-Strike. So 261 FPS right up there in the corner. It's very small, but hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah, I mean, we're getting like, 200 plus FPS most of the time, so that's definitely looking really good for us. Oh, he has an op too. Oh, there was someone behind us. Oh no. Can't get away from me. All right, guys, so that was CSGO. It ran really well. I mean, we were getting well over 100 FPS and well over 200 FPS most of the time at high settings. So it's like, really, what more could you ask for? Let's go ahead and go to the next game. All right, guys, we are in everyone's favorite game, Fortnite. And yeah, I don't play Fortnite. Matt's normally the Fortnite god, so I'm gonna see what I can do here. But we're basically on 1080p low settings with far render distance, which I need to make sure. I thought it was supposed to be epic, but I feel like I remember seeing far. So I don't know, we'll figure that out. But we are running performance mode alpha, I believe. There's a lot of I believes here. I'm gonna have to check all these facts when we get in here. But getting over 100 and like 10 FPS landing, normally this is where it gets really laggy because you're loading all those crazy textures in, and we're not really seeing any lag. So I'm very impressed. I know Fortnite's a game that's very hit or miss for us on how it's gonna run. Sometimes it runs really well, and then sometimes it just runs absolutely awful. We never really know what we're gonna get, and I just took some fall damage, but that's okay. All right, so let's see if we can find some weaponry here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and check the settings now since I said I would do that. Full screen, 1920 by 1080. We're on far, we need to be on epic, and then everything else is off. We're performance mode beta. Going to epic, hopefully it does not freeze up our game and crash. So now we're on the typical Fortnite performance mode preset, and we're looking pretty good inside this building, but let's see if that changes once we get out. Oh, I got a grapple gun. I've never actually used one of these before, but I always see people use them like Spider-Man. Oh, that's a person. That's a person. Can we grapple on top of their building maybe? Oh, do I have to like hold it down? Oh God, I'm gonna die for this. Oh God, they know how to build. I don't know how to build. Oh, let's go. They didn't know I was a Fortnite god. Loser line, and wow. Good thing I don't have any HP now, right? There's just a guy chilling there. But anyways, Fortnite, yeah, good, not a great experience for me, but for this computer and viewers at home, you're gonna get some amazing FPS. I was absolutely surprised because this computer, we have about like $650, $700 total into, and the computer is absolutely amazing and the setup feels great. So let's go ahead and go to the next game. All right, guys, we are playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, but we're on pretty much medium settings right now, and definitely looking pretty good. So 144 hertz, and we're getting like 100. I mean, close to 100. We're getting close to like the high refresh rate that we want. Obviously, if you want to get like the full 144, just go to low settings. You know, you definitely still have a little bit of leg room on this thing, and I just missed like every single shot. My goodness. My graphics are just like pinged at 99, so it is a really pretty game. They definitely did a really good job in like the graphics and stuff, so I mean, it was kind of bound to, you know, use a lot of resources. Oh, we got a Jedi on our side. Or not a Jedi, a Sith? Is that a Sith Jedi? Is that what they're called? Yeah, that was Star Wars. Runs really good. Another AAA title. Just no problem on this full $900 gaming setup. So let's go ahead and get back to the outro of this video so that we can wrap things up. All right, guys, we just got done benchmarking this full gaming setup, and it did really well. We were playing AAA titles, we were playing esports games, we were doing 1080p no problems on this high refresh rate monitor, and we really just love how the whole entire build turned out.
And of course, if you're gonna go to a local Best Buy and you already have a PC, you could just get all this awesome stuff, especially this monitor deal. This is a really good monitor deal, so definitely check those links down below. Prices do change depending on when this video releases, but I imagine you'd find a very similarly priced deal using those affiliate links down below. If you use them, they do help us out, and let us know what other setups you want to see on the channel in the comment section down below.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Now at our PC selling business, we sell just computers alone that we ship, but we also have in-person local only deals like this full setup right here. Yeah, we paid well over 900 bucks for it. I wouldn't be surprised to see it well under $900 at PCBros.tech.
PCBros.tech is where we sell gaming PCs, gaming laptops, and so much more like setups. And if you use code ToastyBros2 on checkout, you can save 2% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace out.